What happens when 6 editors go head-to-head for a $750 prize? They all receive the same footage, but their edits couldn't be more different. The price is $150 for third, $250 for second, and $350 for first. I'll not only be picking the winners, but also giving feedback you can use to level up your own edits, so stick around. The first one is Sujal. New York is a lot. But if you look closer, it's also one of the most creative places in the world. Because great ideas don't just happen. They're built from everything around you. A rhythm you hear on the street, the way light hits a wall, graffiti on the walls, art in a museum, patterns in architecture, ceilings, all beautiful buildings. Ooh, first one. Okay, I really don't know what to expect with the others. So this is always difficult, but music is cool. I love it. Alexandra is also saying the music is great. It's from Succession, so I really like that. Fits the New York vibes, right? Also, I think you edited it really well. Great edit, nothing crazy, like some captions under it, like no creative or like animations. But I did like how you edited it together. I like the shots. You can make it a bit more flashy in terms of like the effects or like the animations or some text. I know you just went with the captions below. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, yeah, it's just simple. And it works, but it doesn't really make it stand out, right? So for example, putting like some cool captions, and doesn't have to be crazy animation, but just have to like pop up on the screen. That can work. I also saw certain shots that you like fast forwarded it, and it always looks a bit weird. Let me see. Where is it? I think it was one of these. Yeah. So this shot wasn't that stable anyway, and that's more my fault. But then when you fast forward it, it looks even more shaky. So what you can do is, or you can slow it down. This footage was in 60 FPS, so you can just make it slow motion. That will make it look more smooth. Or you add a warp stabilizer. I'm also seeing here, Aristide could use a warp stabilizer in some shaky parts. Exactly that. But yeah, just simple, effective, good for a vlog, you know. Same with this shot, I think, and same with this shot too. They're not that stable, and again, that's my fault, but then you need to work with it, maybe add a warp stabilizer or add slow motion to it. Alexandra, by the way, Tom, we need a color grading model as soon as possible. Okay, trust me, it will come. Like, just looking at this, I like the music, nothing too crazy, but I like it. I don't think it's like an S tier because it hasn't blown me away yet, but maybe it will comparing to the others. So I'm gonna put it in A tier for now, and like always, maybe move it around. And the next one is Frederick. New York is a lot. Loud, chaotic, overwhelming, dirty, yeah, especially dirty. But if you look closer, it's also one of the most creative places in the world. And the funny thing is that spending time here changed the way I think about creativity. Because creativity isn't about sitting at a desk waiting for inspiration. Trust me, I've tried staring at a blank screen hoping some incredible idea will just appear, but it doesn't work like that. You need to become a thief. Because great ideas don't just happen. They're built from everything around you. Ooh, that's cool, man. I love the music. The classical music works really well. I also like how you started it. Yeah, really cool. Yeah, a couple of things. I think some color grades are maybe a bit over the top. Basically, like, I like that it's warm, you know, and maybe it's also like a certain style that you went for, but here, I don't know, it's like, it looks a bit washed out. So yeah, that's just in terms of color grading, but it's difficult, man. I completely understand. Here, I think it feels actually quite cool. I like the film grain over it. So I think here the colors actually fit well. And there's also a beautiful shot of me picking my nose. There we go. Super dope. I think you did it well. I think the music is also nice. So you edited well on the beat. Yeah, cool. Nose picking Tom. Music is very catchy. I completely agree. Sparse, not a fan of the color though. No, exactly. I think it's a bit over the top. Like, it's a bit washed out. Our side, when the word dirty was said, there should be a B-roll of Tom sitting on the toilet. Simon, I haven't had the time to join this editing challenge yet, but I wanted to see what others came up with. Well, welcome. Frederick, thank you. Yeah, I have a lot to improve on the color grading. But yeah, the music you picked is really good. I think like it really hooks, right? It's super difficult to pick the right music, and yeah, I want to keep watching. Personally, I wouldn't have added a color grader over this, or if you added another color grade over it, do it really minimal, right? Like add a bit of gray maybe, like a tiny bit. But the flow was good. Ooh, let's vote. Yeah, difficult. I think the color grade with Sujal is better, I would say. But I like the music, and I think also in terms of like the timing, the flow, and a bit of storytelling in the beginning, also with the date that I like. So yeah, I feel like this, I would place this above Sujal. I think the color grade is a big deal. So I do think that's important. But also looking at the storytelling and the music and the flow, yeah, I just watched away a bit quicker or better in a way. So let's, I'm gonna put it on A2. Maybe I'm gonna switch them around later. Sudeep, music, storytelling and flow is great. I agree. Your music sense is great, which can cover a lot. Well, exactly, yeah, that helps a lot. Thank you, and yeah, I have a lot to improve on color grading. I already said that. Personally not a big fan of the hard shadows and the captions though. Yeah, no, I do agree. I also think it's a bit harsh, but we're gonna see what the others bring. Let's go to the next one. And the next one is MJ. New York is a lot. Loud, chaotic, overwhelming, dirty, yeah, especially dirty. But if you look closer, it's also one of the most creative places in the world. And the funny thing is that spending time here changed the way I think about creativity. Because creativity isn't about sitting at a desk waiting for inspiration. Trust me, I've tried staring at a blank screen hoping some incredible idea will just appear, but it doesn't work like that. You need to become a thief, because great ideas don't just happen. They're built from everything around you. A rhythm you hear on the street, the way light hits a wall, graffiti on the walls, art in a museum, patterns in architecture, ceilings, all beautiful buildings. Let's go. Oh, I really enjoyed that. That's so cool. I liked how you did it. And this is also a perfect example of like mixing animation with like storytelling and like, yeah, it just really fit well, right? I love how you did this. It looks super cool. Yeah, it looks super cool. It was a bit slower paced, but that's also not wrong because like I feel like it also fits the video. And it's also the music. It's so funny how much music changes the whole vibe, right? Like now it's almost like more like a chill vibe. And then comparing to the one that we watched before, it was like really high paced and like this drags you in less, but I think the animation is super dope. I think how you did that, yeah, so dope. I like how you put the overlay over it too. The beginning too with the clicks. I am not the biggest fan of this transition because it feels a bit weird, right? But maybe that's me. I think you could have done with either or, right? Like, or the basically the almost like ripped paper or like ink transition, or the circle. Let's see, what do you guys think of it? Jer and Alexandra are having a fight. Alexandra, I'm fan of the intro. How do you get that idea? You said that such. Oh, that's funny. Like Tom and Jerry. I just see it in Pinterest. Well, that's great, man. Like, really cool. I like how you did that. Also like that you kept the same type of style, right? With the like the beige and like the same type and like, yeah, it also really fits the video, which is nice. Graffiti on the wall scene was wrong, but the rest were on point. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Let's see. Patterns, beautiful buildings. Oh wait, I think it was in the beginning. I didn't tell you guys yet. You'll see it in the final video. No, okay. So I bought like a thief. What is it, like one of those burglar thingies. And I have another shot where I did this part with that thing on. That wasn't in the footage. I might use it in the final. I'm just thinking about this now. What is that? Wait, maybe I can quickly show it. March. Wait, is this it? Yeah, that's so funny. We need a GIF of this. Yeah, that's actually my other school community. I don't know if you know, but school community, how to become a thief. All right, distracted. Let's vote. And I feel like I really like this. There's some things that can be improved, but I liked how you added some editing and some animation, and it wasn't like distracting at all. I think it was also like nice. It really added to the video. And like basically I expected some people doing animation and then it being really distracting, but that wasn't the case at all. So yeah, I would almost like, if I have to rank it here, I would put it on S tier. Again, maybe I'm gonna change it around, but yeah, I think it's a solid S tier. Like, it's nice. Like, of course there's some improvements, and we have to see, but yeah. I think it's nice. Jer, I have lots of questions for you already, a lot to learn. And that's great. I'm happy that people are agreeing with me. Let's go back to the edits. The next one is our style. New York is a lot. Loud, chaotic, overwhelming, dirty. The funny thing is that spending time here changed the way I think about creativity. Because creativity isn't about sitting at a desk waiting for inspiration. Trust me, I've tried staring at a blank screen hoping some incredible idea will just appear, but it doesn't work like that. You need to become a thief. Because great ideas don't just happen. They're built from everything around you. A rhythm you hear on the street, the way light hits a wall, graffiti on the walls, art in a museum, patterns in architecture, ceilings, all beautiful buildings. And I already see the comments say, Tom, I can't travel to New York to get some creativity, but you don't have to. you have your phone, which you can use for the same thing. Some people scroll mindlessly, but if you train yourself to actually look to notice, you'll start seeing patterns everywhere. Ooh, let's go back through it. So I loved a couple things. Like, I wish you basically included a bit more of basically. So I love the drawn look. I think that fits the video a lot, like also with the style and like the creativity. I wish you did that a bit more. And also here, like, I like how you did this, but then I would have just cut it, cut it right on there and like not animate it out, because I don't think this animation fits with the drawn look. But I like the drawn look. I also liked how you did that also, like I said, also with the question mark. I think that's super dope. The GTA was random, but I thought it was funny. Like, I like that kind of stuff, right? Like, just to make it a bit like different. So that makes it stand out. Yeah, here the typography. Again, shadows are a bit harsh. I think you can make them a bit more soft. And also how it's animated. Yeah, I don't think the turn transitions, they just look too much like the basic transitions, right? So yeah, I'm also seeing here default essential graphics panel. Yeah, is that transition from the graphics panel? I think it's Motion Bro, right? Or Animation Composer. Top 10 patterns interrupts in YouTube history. Exactly. No, but I like that. So I love the GTA. I love the drawn text. But drawn typography was part of the essential graphics. Well, even then, like, I don't think there's anything bad with using essential graphics or templates or like that if it fits it. So spinning transition is from Mr. Horse. Exactly, that was it. But yeah, that spinning transition, I don't think it fits the video. I love this again. So like, I really, when I was watching this video, it really went like from ups and downs, right? Because I thought like, okay, this was really cool stock footage. Yeah, here the vignettes I think are like, you need to dial them down or soften them a bit. It just looks a bit too old school basically, unless that's something that you wanted to create. Yeah, same with this. Sometimes you don't have to have an out animation. You can just like cut it off, and I think that sometimes fits it better, And I know it's difficult because with these videos, it's just different, right? You feel like you need to animate and then like add something to it, but that's not that you don't always have to do that. Sparse, that's the title for the YouTube video for sure. But wait, the top 10 pattern interrupts. Yeah, this text looks a bit cartoony. Yeah, I do get what you mean with that. I mean, so like this text would look so different if you dial the drop shadow down and maybe have some words like bigger and have some like creative placement, or also with a bit of texture over it or under it, then it would look completely different. And I do like that you pick this sentence to, for example, highlight this sentence, because I think it's really good. Like, I can't travel to New York. Like, that's good that you chose that to highlight. But I think you can improve it a bit with the design. Also with the arrow at last, some lines would look great. Yeah, so I mean, also the arrows, I think there was also, let's see where it is. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I think the arrows, I mean, that also was dope. Like, it fits the vibe, like patterns everywhere. That makes sense, Really dope. Yeah, to compare them, you did have some more animations. Like, Sujal was really basic. But yeah, difficult. I would also maybe make this a B tier then. Yeah, I would probably make this a B tier. S tier for the GTA. Come on, exactly. I get a copyright strike by Rockstar Games. No, but yeah, no. I like the video. I like but the sketching I think was really cool. I hope. Yeah, I wish there was a bit more of that, and like just leave the animations, like some animations out. That's fine, Yeah, so cool. Let's go. And the next one is Andrew. You need to become a thief. Great ideas don't just happen. They're built from everything around you. A rhythm you hear on the street,
Ooh.
the way light hits a wall, all beautiful buildings. If you train yourself to actually look to notice, you'll start seeing patterns everywhere.
Oh.
It's not about pure originality. It's about recognizing patterns, collecting ideas, stacking them until something clicks.
Ooh.
Don't want to swear. That was so dope. I love the editing here. I think it's so cool. And the rhythm, you did that so well. Like incorporating these elements. Yeah, like I love that. I think that's so cool. I think that what is interesting is that, the music felt a bit weird. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really cool. The only feedback that I might have is like the song usage. Maybe it was a bit weird, but maybe that's me. Yeah, I feel like some other songs would probably fit more, especially because you can use copyrighted music, and there's like so many cool songs that probably fit this a bit better. But I liked how you edited the song, and with the like basically changing it so it's like a bit loud and then less loud and a bit echoey. I loved how you did that. The sound effects are also great, and I loved how you incorporated these cool animations in it. I think that's so creative, and I was also hoping to see this. Basically, when I put the editing challenge online, I was like, yeah, like it's so cool. I really like it. Yeah, let's vote. I don't also have much feedback except, like I said, maybe the different music choice. I think that would fit it a bit better. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. So I'm feeling like this is a S tier too. Because I don't have much feedback. I think the animations are super cool, how you incorporated them. The text tracking, really clean. But am I gonna move everything down? Am I gonna move MJ down from S tier? That's the question. Kirill, I think it's a S tier. Okay, cool, interesting. Sparsh, S tier as a competition now, I agree. Alexandra, you guys keep surprising me every time, so much creative approaches. I also agree. So cool, right? Dennis was saying the word creativity changing could be with handwritten fonts. Yeah, I mean the small things, right? And S tier, solid S tier. Shazaib, I think J is S. Yeah, it's always difficult. I really can't choose both. MJ and Andrew absolutely cooked. So MJ had maybe a tiny bit more feedback. I have to maybe rewatch it. I'm gonna move everything down and maybe I'm gonna change things, but I just feel like the creativity that Andrew used with the elements, like a light hits the wall with the rhythm, I just thought that was so cool. And I think that really fits the video. And not that the edits from MJ didn't fit the video, but I just really loved how he incorporated the elements in the video. So I'm gonna move these down for now. Yeah, I'm gonna move them down for now and move this one, and then I'm gonna add Andrew to S tier. And then we only have one to go. So maybe we're gonna change everything. We don't know what's gonna happen. Andrew, love you guys. No, that's nice. That's nice. Andrew, wildcard intro. Yeah, that's cool, man. Intro part from MJ was the best. I think the intro was really cool. I really liked that too. Bro changed the whole position. He did. And the next one is Alexandra. New York is a lot. Loud, chaotic, overwhelming, dirty. Yeah, especially dirty. But if you look closer, it's also one of the most creative places in the world. And the funny thing is that spending time here changed the way I think about creativity. Creativity isn't about sitting at a desk waiting for inspiration. Trust me, I've tried staring at a blank screen hoping some incredible idea will just appear, but it doesn't work like that. You need to become a thief. Because great ideas don't just happen. They're built from everything around you. This was so different too. I love the text animation, by the way. I think that was so cool. Oh, you can really see that you're adding storytelling to it, right? Like with the chapters, I thought that's such a good idea. I'm gonna steal that. I am gonna become a thief. No, but that's super dope. I think that was really cool. Let's see. Yeah, I love this. It's like I love the song, but it is also a bit like a vlog intro, which I mean makes sense. It's really difficult because the footage is a bit like vlog-like, and then the A-roll is more like a talking head. I love this. I thought this was so cool. This chapter, yeah, I really like that. I feel like with some parts here where it just cuts back to the B-roll, it sometimes feels a bit like they're really separate from each other, because maybe the music and then like there's some shots, like it doesn't really blend well. But then when you did this with the chapter, I thought that was like super cool. Like it really blended the video together, you know? Oh, so difficult. So difficult. Again, I love that chapter. I like the text animations. I think that's super dope. I think like in terms of like contextuality, if that makes sense, like there's some improvement points. But again, I also know it's really difficult with the footage that you're working with. It's really a challenge. Let's vote. Oh, this is so difficult. S tier, because that's a unique experience with the music for me. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Alexandra also had a challenge to finish it in less than 24 hours. Hey, that wasn't part of the challenge. You did that. I didn't do it in the last 24 hours. No, I'm joking. No, I mean, that does make it more difficult. I get that. I mean, that's only cool to see, as in like, the fact that you did this in 24 hours means that, let's say you do this, you take a week for this. I'm assuming that it's even better, you know? So that's only cool to see. Simon is saying S tier. Sujal, then I did it 2 hours before the deadline. In that case, S tier. That's not how it works. I'm not gonna look at like how much hours you spend on it. Yeah, so I just have to compare it with others, right? For me, this is like comparing it to Aristide, Sujal, and Frederick. I would place it above that. Maybe we can move these around. But then the question is Alexandra's video also better than MJ or Andrew? Obito, the music experiment is Gog's way of doing things. Cool. That's a cool reference, right? Yeah, maybe like, I think that Thief song, I don't know, like, was that a copyrighted or copyright-free song? I'm just curious. Not that it matters, by the way. Artlist. Yeah. I'm not gonna judge on that, but I felt like it was a copyright-free song somehow. And I'm now not saying that after the fact, but it just confirms it. But again, I'm not gonna change my voting based on that. Okay, I need some help, especially for the people that didn't participate. Dinis, I would say at least A. Okay, interesting. Obita, Alexandra, Andrew, Jer. Okay. Alice, yes. Alexandra is a whole different level, to be honest. Ooh, interesting. I like this the most, that's why I'd give it an S tier. I think it's interesting. A lot of people are gravitating to put Alexandra on top. Dennis, because it got a really good narrative with the sound mixing. So I'm thinking, but maybe I'm wrong. I feel like I'm like going against you guys now. Normally we're quite on the same line. I just really enjoyed those elements that Andrew put in his video. I thought that was super creative. So yeah, like I'm feeling a bit more like a Andrew, Alexandra, MJ type of beat. Alexandra, I like Andrews the most. Thank you guys. There was a main idea to go into music storytelling. That's cool. Alexandra, eat it up. hey. I didn't move a single thing yet. No, I'm joking. The current ranking, Sujal. Oh, that's also interesting take. Interesting take. It is what it is. Alexandra, Andrew, Jer. Okay, yeah, Obito is interesting because like I think someone else said that too. Tom will be the one who will judge it exactly. Frederick, Alexandra, A tier at least. Okay, what I'm gonna do? Spin the wheel. No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch around MJ and Alexandra. That's one thing that I'm gonna do. The second thing I might do is switch around Alexandra and Andrew. I'm gonna make the final decision. I'm just gonna keep it like it is. I really like Andrew's edit. And I thought it was really cool how he did it. And I don't have much feedback either. And Alexandra did super well too. It was super different also. But the flow sometimes felt a bit off. And I can't really pinpoint why. That's the difficult thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Frederick to C tier. And I'm going to lock it in. This will be the ranking. Andrew, Alexandra, MJ. Now, if you want to join the next editing challenge, do join the Social Creator Club Pro. Links in the description. In the Social Creator Club, you will get access to tons of deep dives that will give you advanced editing techniques. You also learn how to make money with editing, and you will get access to all the project files of all my tutorials. Again, links in the description. Then I want to thank all the participants. Those are in the description too. I want to thank you for watching and all the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.